Hey there, I'm Jackie Ferris. This week on the 302, from shrunken heads to human bones. You can find all things strange and eclectic at Wilmington's Oddporium, where their motto is, you gotta go sometime. Might as well be next on the 302. Hey there, we are at Oddporium in Wilmington, where you can get strange things for eccentric people. And I'm joined now by one of the owners, Beth Bush Schuler. Beth, this is an amazing shop.
Thank you. Good to have you here.
Well, tell us a little bit about it. I mean, you come in and you're just blown away by just the variety, and everything is, as the name promises, a little odd, but yet cool.
It is. Okay. So to begin with, we don't hurt animals. We have a bunch of eccentric things. We have everything from science to funeral items to oddities, music boxes, for instance. This is a little cicada from Brood X, which Ken and I made.
That's cool. So how did you come up with the concept? I mean, a lot of people say, I want to go into business and I want to, how did you come up with, I want to have a shop that has a bunch of oddities in it?
This is great. Ken's family built this in 1909, and his uncle was the barber here. He died, sadly, at 101 in the shop, but it's been in his family. And we were the weird kids on the block in Arden. We were the first one to poke something with a stick when everyone else is running home to mom. And we were both collectors, so we were like, let's do this. And we jumped in, and we had a massive collection at home. And we thought, well, it's just sitting here. So that's how we came to be.
So you guys have been in business for a little while, and you said you kind of span, runs the gamut. I see you've got a shrunken head.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
That is Matt Lake's shrunken head. I always joke with customers, it's his tiny little head. I do believe that's sheepskin, am I correct, Ken? That one is sheep, because I think shrunken heads, they are illegal in
I would think so.
But skeletons are not if they're medical. But that's Matt's, and people come in and they're like, it looks real because it is real skin, but it's sheepskin.
Sure. Now, a lot of things that you have here, most of them are for sale, right?
Yes.
A lot of them deal with death and the afterlife and things that might be a little scary to some.
Correct. And I try and debunk a lot of things. For instance, if you look at ghosts, Dr. McDougall did a story in, 1908, that the soul had weight of 21.3 grams, to be specific. And then they made that movie 21 grams. But his scales were really good. So I look at it scientifically. That's why, as we were talking about the Teslas, I made the one with the iPhone hookup, because your brain is electricity, which is displacement. But the afterlife stuff, some people are like, oh, I see a spirit. Sometimes I don't believe that. Sometimes I do. I can't explain the things that happen here. That's why we have this cabinet in front of this door here, because it would just open up on its own. And we also have some photos from Dr. Lou from Rockwood with a thermal camera, or infrared camera, if I'm correct. And we can't explain, you have to see it. I'll show it to you. And the post-mortem, the death, that was their only memory of their loved one. Photography was so expensive back then. So If you passed away, you would get your photo taken. If you got married, you would get your photo taken. And I asked Ken one day, I'm like, what's up with this? Like, everyone is posing with a dead person. I don't understand that. And it upset me. And then I did some research and found out the price of it was phenomenal.
So it was like a keepsake whenever a loved one dies. And you have several of these photos around the shop where people are holding small children, or I guess that's just a way to remember their loved one. But looking back, we might be like, whoa.
Yeah, it freaked me out until I understood it a lot better now. It's not like you can pull out a cell phone in today's world. Just, I have a cell phone.
So where do you get a lot of your stuff?
We do demolition photography as well. We hunt down, I think the one day I had sent you an email, we were hunting. I said, we'll get a phone call. Hey, my father was a physician from late 1800s, 1900s early, and he has some really weird stuff. Do you want to buy it? Yes. And we'll head down and we'll get it. We travel a lot and
just pick things up as you go.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the medical equipment and some of the medical records that they have here at Oddporium. We'll be right back.
I'm Sarah Ganter with the Rehoboth Art League. Come explore art and history with the 302.
Welcome back. We're talking about all of the eclectic things here at Oddporium. I'm talking with Beth Bush Schuler about these items, and these things, I have to say, when we were in the break, you asked me what these things were. She asked me what these things were, and I had no idea. And one of our cameramen, Stephen, knew what these were. What are these things?
These came from an Ethiopian tribe, and they are lip plates that the women would wear. And these belong to Matt Lake, and it's kind of a game that we play with people. What are these? Take a guess.
So someone would wear this to stretch out
their lip.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of big. I mean,
that is.
And today in modern, culture, they wear the, what is it, ear gauges? Yes.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about, you have records. Here we have a record of someone who is in a mental institution. Can you tell us about it?
Correct. This is whom we refer to as Sweet George. Now, Sweet George was committed, and I believe it was 1913, if I am correct. It was. And I'm not going to give you his real name, but he had lost some fingers, and the hospital, am I allowed to say the name?
I mean, if you want to, sure.
It was Penhurst. Yes, and they had cut the rest off to make them symmetrical. Correct. And the other thing is, he was in quarantine for some sort of a rash on his leg, and it turned out there was no need to quarantine him, but it was the infancy of mental illness where they didn't know. Like, if you look at Dr. Cotton, he would pull your teeth, your ovaries, this, that, the other. If you died, he considered it a success because you were no longer mentally ill. No longer mentally ill, I apologize. And he ended up passing away, sadly, in the hospital, but it said he was so helpful and he was intelligent and he would help the nurses. And it said the outlook was not good. Back then you could commit someone, say, if I wanted to commit my mother for her money, if she were super rich, I could commit her and take over her estate. They would even take the deed to your house if you had no one else and they wanted to commit you. It's sad.
And part of the treatment that they have here, there are 2 treatments that they would do that you have equipment from. I guess we have, what, electric shock here? Can you show us what you have?
Yes. This is a portable electroshock therapy machine, as is this guy. And this is our newer one. Not new as in no, but one we just acquired. Now, this ran on a 1.5 volt dry cell, and as you can see, there's an on-off, there's your contact, and your voltage. Now, I kept looking at it, and it kept bothering me. Because in the back, do you see these holes?
Yeah.
The gentleman, the doctor, hardwired it to alternating current of 120 volts. So you're looking at 1.5 to 120. And with the sponge wet placed here. Now, he killed a lot of people, I'm sure. That's a lot of current compared to 1.5. They still do electroshock therapy today, but it's under anesthesia and it's much less current. And your brain's electricity, it's kind of like turning your computer on and off again. Say you've tried medications or selective serotonin reuptake uptake inhibitors, things of that nature, and nothing works. You might be a candidate for that, but it's done properly because we've learned a lot. You don't know where you're going if you don't know where you came from.
So these are more for display, not necessarily for sale, or are they for sale?
Well, they will be once I rewire these, but properly, 1.5 volts and
could be dangerous for someone who decides.
Actually, you have a good point. Maybe one will be for sale, one won't, that I rewire. That's a good point.
So you also have some medical equipment.
Yes,
you talked a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, I apologize. Ken didn't get it. Let me grab it. So, sorry about this. James Watt's Walter Freeman. This is known as the transorbital class lobotomy. Now, initiated in Portugal, it was core samples in the head. I'm thinking he was looking for a shorter way into the brain, and he would, as you're reciting the ABCs, he would go in about 2 millimeters and wiggle it around. When you began to slur, he would remove the pick. Now, the person who injured the Kennedy lady was James Watts, not Walter Freeman. And he did it differently. He didn't go through the ocular. He did it as core samples right up here, which I did not know until I did some research on it. Yeah.
Truly. Whoa. Very barbaric.
They also, and they did insulin shock therapy, hydrotherapy, which is, that's scary.
Yeah.
Cold water, I don't like cold.
No. All right, well, we're gonna take a quick break and kind of recover from this segment. We'll be right back.
This is Captain Jay Sapp of the Delaware State Police, 12th generation Delawarean, and I'm all about the 302.
Welcome back. We're at Oddporium and we're checking out all of the cool and eclectic things that they have on view and for sale here at the shop. So Beth, tell us a little bit about what we have here.
This is a Tesla coil. This is 24 AWG copper magnetic wire with an enamel coating. There's over 300 turns, and it slows down the current, allows it to build up inside of the capacitor and become wireless. It's hard for me to get all that out, but I make them, and my 11-year-old assistant has sat on quite a few of them. So, but mine have iPhone hookups. This isn't cool, but it is. But I didn't make this one. It's our loaner for now.
So how does it work?
So it slows down the current and allows it to build up in the capacitor and become wireless. And you know what? Let's show you.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, my loving, tolerant husband, Ken.
He's gonna come over and help us out here.
Ready?
Yeah, don't put your tongue on the top.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not out the hard way, right?
Wow, look at that.
You wanna do it?
No.
There. Okay.
Thank you.
You wanna light it up, baby?
And so when kids come in, this is some of the stuff that you show them, kind of to show them.
Oh, I've had 2-year-olds do this.
Oh,
the
really?
only thing I am very careful is I'll assist them, because like I can make changes current, make it lighter and darker. This is vapors of mercury.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite sure if this one is. It's a green one. And I do believe that's not mercury.
So for someone who maybe doesn't understand how this is working, how do you do that with the light bulb and the device here? How does it work?
I let them do it. And I explain it, and then I'll like grab a part and I'll go, I'm gonna steal your current. And then let's see if we can do this. There we go. And then I'll have a parent like go like that, but I can't do it because I'm the one holding it. You can't do it, you're the one holding it. Okay,
Oh,
wait.
you can see it change whenever I touch it. So my energy draws the energy to the spot that I'm touching. I see.
So it's basic displacement. It's electricity. And it's displacing it. And it's wireless.
Perfect. Now what do we have here? What is this thing?
This is a Van de Graaff generator. So let me shut this off. And we're far enough away. Wonder if the light bulb would work with that, Ken. So I'm gonna let it fire up. This shoots bolts of electricity. But it has to, and oh, I feel it on my hair, right?
Yeah, it's drawing it in.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Put your hand on.
Get your hair over here. Okay, so let's see if it, I don't want to blow up the bulb. I'll just shock myself.
Oh goodness.
Wait.
Oh, there you go. So that's the lightning that you're talking about, the lightning bolts. So let's talk a little bit about, someone wants to come and visit the shop. You have a lot of things, from jewelry to items to books to mugs to, you know, oddities that you can purchase. So when are you open, and what do you advise people to do if they want to come check you out?
Oh, okay. So we are open Friday, Saturday, Sunday from noon to 6 p.m. And come with an open mind. Not everything in here, for instance, Ken's mom painted the sign that says steaks and subs before she passed away. Yeah. Sadly, some people come in for food and they're mortified. And we spoke about the skeletons. They're medical. And if a child comes in and they're scared of, say, a creepy mask or that thing right there that's very creepy, I let them flick it or pick its nose.
Okay.
And then we have
the fear out of it.
toys.
Oh, you have toys?
Toys to distract, and glow sticks. We have lots of fun things, but an open mind is like, with the skeletons, these are medical. They taught doctor how to fix people. And I'll explain to children, well, when you go to the doctor, do you come out of the doctor fixed? Are you okay after? They're like, yeah. I'm like, well, that's because of Lizzie. And in fact, one child shook Lizzie's hand, which we now have at home. We have a lot of kids that come in here, a lot.
So the point is to come with an open mind and leave your fears behind once you get here, because you educate about the origin of things
Yes.
and how things have changed. For instance, with like the medical treatments and things, vastly
Exactly.
different,
Oh.
thankfully, today.
Radium. We have radium, that medical treatments for radium. They thought that was good for you.
No,
It's
so
not.
much.
It's bad.
Yeah. Well, this
Yeah.
has been a really good visit. Beth, thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Jackie.
sharing your shop with us.
Oh, thank you so much.
And we'll be right back. Oddporium's motto is, you gotta go sometime, and that's our cue to leave you now. If you want to check out what's going on at Oddporium, you can visit them on their Facebook and their Instagram page. We're going to leave you with more of the goodies inside. Until next time, I'm Jackie Ferris. Tell them you saw it on the 302.